yafa
kati ate tubuuza who killed Oulanyah? Who killed Oulanyah?
Batamutte.
And yes, because if I ring my kakati tolaba ntinze I write many books. Ninakatabo if I die was killed me. Odi ukomulebe nikoli binti singa bamutwala ngo bufakitole bo babuocha duke famu zebazo. Ejogo limugwe mutwe. Kati tuyinde. Tapuzange weziri. Dwendi
fayo Oulanyah.
Kumulebe ngo dukone kandi binti singa duka. Bamutwala ekikumi.
Kati kome ono Oulanyah kanzije obono.
Ti Oulanyah kakati ekizibu kyetu yina. The only people who know who killed Oulanyah is Mau and the father of Oulanyah. Because if Oulanyah confided to his father that have been poisoned, he must have told him who was responsible, who killed Oulanyah. Because me I know the Oulanyah faction is the one that is behind the killings in the Uganda government.
Faction
Oulanyah. Maybe Oulanyah swallowed the
faction.
Yes, Oulanyah swallowed the poison intended for another person.
So cool.
If Oulanyah was poisoned, he died out of poison. He swallowed the poison intended for another person. Kadaka was also poisoned. I was poisoned 5 times. Why do people come babulire? Abasiramu abali mu cabinet manche bakola. Ati cabinet eberayo ku Monday. Ubagamba mu 7 fe twasibi. Tebali amere mu State House.
Soko ninde. Neti nyefunza yagamba.
Poison is at the highest rate. Kubana bagamba, if let us ask a question, who benefits from Oulanyah's death? Because I know Kadaga was poisoned. So who poisoned Kadaga? If Oulanyah was poisoned and was a part of a strong group that kills the people, who poisons the people, he might have taken the poison by mistake. It was intended for somebody else. Nze kukankubuli kati ewafe ekyengera batemi abantu bakoze eki. Oli omulala.
Kazimba mugalu mulete ntagali mulete.
Eyayogedde.
Eyayogedde.
I provoked them nga gwenjagala.
Kuba family.
Olombi.
Henry Luke Orombi.
Wayogedde wabitegedde. This country will never be the same. We are heading to South and North Korea.
Tugenda kweyawulamu.
Orombi, I provoked this
kuba ne secession
because I've been hearing Orombi on my machines. Nimba provoking nti Kazimba Mugalu talina kyayamba. Oyo yagwamu dda. Kazimba Mugalu yagwamu.
Muleke omukulembeze wa church. Nati
tukolagana n'abantu lokeza twakirize omusajja alinda itedi.
Tumuleke sabalabiriza.
Kazimba Mugalu yagwamu.
Tumuleke sabalabiriza.
Omunyo gwensi bwe tulina mu kanisa fene mu Buganda wano. Luwalira.
Owenna Mirembe. Bishop Owenna Mirembe.
Kati bw'otwala abaana ennakasero bababatiza oba bakole batya. Ye Katonda abo ono omwongera bisiki bya muliro.
Tamale.
Kakati mbabuulidde. You are right. What Olombi said. 2. The most powerful politician. You see, every war produces its generals. As we speak today, the political situation, this dispensation today, has produced 2 generals.
Who are they?
Moi, Robert Mao. And
era Robert Mao okuba mukama wera kwa badawana muhozi nawe era ko tugambye.
Let me tell you.
Mao abadde
Muma and Museveni must protect Oulanyah's father and Mao the way he has protected me and Koni's mother.
Tata wa Oulanyah.
Yes.
Nathan Lokori.
Yes.
President amukumi.
No.
Akumene Robert Mao.
Yes.
Nga bwakukumye gwe.
Yes.
Ne mama wakoni.
Yes.
Tuwachi bali mu bulabe kwegamba balina obuzibu.
Bosoma European history.
Bali mu buzibu.
Sajja agandi here goes with me. With the rags of the French
rags of the monarchy of the French.
Abantu bamutegeera. Rags kitegeeza ki? Ensi yali obwakabaka bwali bufuuse busense.
nga busense okwega buweddewo bufuuse
United Uganda. That was built by Sir Harry Johnston is disintegrating.
Egenda kwemenyaamenya.
Mutering yo.
Tufune abengulu
and else we get the army after Museveni retirement and build the country again. We shall have problems. Uganda is now polarized. Abawa ekyokulabika kya Yugoslavia mu 20 nimbaga nti Yugoslavia ino omusajja Tito nga ina n'omusajja omulala omusapu. The Serbians rejected Kaira and supported Tito, who was not a Serbian. Tito yali tava mu Serbia. Yali ava mu communist state. I've forgotten it. But after 36 in power, bagamba nti amutufuza emyaka 36. The army was composed of the Serbians. Tito was a Croatian from a small tribe. Never got the traditional presidents.
To be
yes,
but President
Yugoslavia is divided into 4 states. This is where we are heading. Museveni yaddira omulenzi n'amuleka n'ajooga ensi.
Mulenzi akirese ki?
Yes. Omulenzi atya. Bya buli muntu yenna. As we are standing now, there are 2 people who can hold this country.
Ani nani?
Nobody Mao.
Ate nobody Mao ati. Ng'alumba Buganda bw'avuma Buganda. Ero Nupu Tribal Party. Oyasobola okwodinga Uganda.
The of the kingdom. Buganda has left. Busoga has left. Northern Uganda, the way they were talking, they have left.
So Kolinde.
And we are going to have, I'm suspecting that there is a person who is interested in making our country disintegrate.
Waliwo omuntu akyagala.
I'm saying, why?
Olowooze.
How did the Ovolo people, Oulanyah's father, call Mao to interpret? If it was fairness, he would have called the Chief Justice. How? A politician, a leader of a political party. Yanakume chamachi. And today we have a challenge. We cannot exhume Oulanyah's body to determine the cause of death. Wabionona da. Omwana wa kaka. Omusajja avemu ebutabika naga nti yali mulalu okutta girlfriend we omulamuzi n'akigaana. Eyo department nefa. A judge cannot reject expert knowledge. Yonna mu byonoonyi. Ne tufuna ekkeesi endala ey'ekayunga. Omuntu yenna yeetuze yenyaga Serubogo.
Omuguwa bwe mutandika
idiot came from n'ayogera ebyobusiru. A police pathologist Yaruhanga is indicted. Over the case. The whole experts have been destroyed. Kakati today.
Ebigambo bya Tata Wola.
Yes.
Nti my
from the confusion and my training. Nze nasoma data analysis. Nabagambi. Nti ekyengera balumbi abantu babatema.
Ekyengera
mumawulire tebaliimu.
Abatemeddwa ekyengera.
Kitegeeza abatta
n'abawulidde.
Nti bakolagana n'abali mu kakati case esinga obukulu. They can arrest let them attack my family and see. Evidence ye baaliseewo nabaga nti 40% remains at the scene of crime.
40%.
Balumbye omusajja nga yatunze ekintu kya $8 million oba 8 naye nga banne yabadde abasuubira waayi. Bwe baakubye enduulu yazze mu ddiiro lye kati balina master keys. Omubbi bwe yajja ey'omukono bw'ati aggula ologi ono n'agukwata. Yabadde mu ddiiro n'agukola ki? What does it mean? He knew they had no guns. Okitegeera kitegeeza ffe kye tukubalira abasoma ebyo.
nti omubbi yazze nayingizamu omukono
ono
yagukutte nga confidence gyayina tebayina mundu
n'agamba mukazi we leeta ejjambiya tutemeko omukazi yaganye
mukazi we yaganye
leeta ejjambiya kati bali ne bajja basika munnaabwe against this man yakutta omukono. It happened in Masaka. Waliwo chairman wa utonde e Masaka mulu katale yabba ne banne n'agaana obbasasula abamulumba ekiroma mubbe mulu katale n'ateeka ebidomola bya petroli mu nyumba ye yafuluma obufulumi ababbi olwengera n'akoleza ababbi bafiiramu ne famire ye yawasa ndala. Why did this man
omukazi agaana atya okuleeta
yes and this man grabbed the hand
kitegeeza omukazi abamanyi
era ne bakuba ejisa lyonna ne balimalawo meaning they had no guns. This man knew balina bijambiya when I catch them inside omukono yagukutte mukazi we n'agaana okuleeta ejambiya okutema abo bomba kwata ekire them attack my family around them up tayimba tubattirewo they are known.
Okay.
Nina on the ground in intelligence. Kakati muchino soko olabe. There was a quarrel between the two factions. The faction of Tumwebaze agamba tiafudenga Mayombo. Not to be suspected. It comes up afudenga Mayombo. Two, Mayombo and Kazimba are closely connected. Nina Nkabirwa.
Mayombo.
Yes.
Nekazimba Mugalo.
Yes. Mayomba as a Minister of Agriculture donated the tractors only to Kazimba alone. That's not Museveni. And Kazimba has been all around. This is why they insisted Kazimba to be the chief celebrant. Two, what another important feature, a man who is highly trained like me, what was this man speaking house for? Oulanyah. To be president.
Yali abalabwa president Oulanyah.
Bw'oyogera n'abo bantu mwebaza abo bali fake, ba criminals. Bwe baba bakozesa baga nti bwe kimu bakisobola. We are go-getters.
Tumalire yumba. Buli bw'obalumba statement tugivaako.
Okitegedde.
Ogambye tino amaganda
Muganda Oulanyah comes up and says twategeera nti alina problem organize. Oulanyah didn't know. These people wanted him dead to make sure to use him to publicize the need for organize. Patterning him. Immediately Oulanyah dies and they concentrated on cancer. An idiot from the Cancer Institute went to Parliament. A fool in Parliament, an agent of these idiots, the criminals, stood up in the Parliament and insisted we need a modern cancer wound. But when the Prime Minister of India visited Uganda and Kenya, the Kenyans asked him for a cancer modern machine, which he donated. You go to Kenya. I told you, the cancer machine we are using at Mulago was brought from a museum in Romania. Tifu. They picked a ramshackle from a Romanian museum, brought it to Mulago. It's dysfunctional. Ababbi abasuma. Tewagala byagabbi tewali by'ekibbi bwe kikulaga tetwasobola kudetectinga wano akuuma akadetectinga keekano bagawe ssente gabbe. They are using Oulanyah's death to steal money for a machine in the Cancer Institute. Bali bamulinze afe era mukatambi akada time tolya kana akafudembe bwe kagamba nti governor died because he lacked the kidney.
Muganda Oulanyah aganze nali ready ogenda okuwa obuyambi bonna.
What does it mean?
Mu body part yonna
the Chief Justice belongs to the Rwabogo faction. Was created by Rwabogo. Mbabuli. No, Oulanyah was created by Rwabogo. Rwabogo had a meeting at Sawa Nyakumacha Munyonyo. Natuza Kiwanda. Era Kiwanda yayogedde. Natuza Kiwanda tumwebaze. Nankabiro era yajja n'asoma ekitundu wano e Kololo. Baasula Ntebe kumakya saawa 4 ne bajja emunyonyo ewasudiro vidiyo njiina waba obwo n'abagamba nti mbawadde miliyoni 10 munzigireko kadaaga njagala Oulanyah. I prefer working with the northerners. Era bw'obatundira bonna bafeaturinze Nankabira was here reading a verse a kololo. Kazimba is everywhere. Is the agent. Is the agent. They killed Mbabulire in all cases. Omulabirizi w'ennamirembe yabeera powerful but talwalira tabirimu. Eddwaliro mwe basinga okuttira abantu ye Salubati Kuugu era ne mu bbiru yaabwe mweriri Kiruddu Salubati Kuugu Lugazi ebasinga okuttiramu abantu ne Mulago. So I can assess this man knew that if he whispers to the Chief Justice belongs to another group.
Nalonda
Mao. Mao is a friend of Muhoozi.
Era Muhoozi yamuwaana bebakulembezera agenda kulya.
Where does the old man expect justice?
Ewa Muhoozi. Kuba bw'abeera gwe yalonze anavvuunula gwamanyi nti no talikyuse yalonze Mao. Ate Mao mukwano gwa Muhoozi Kayine Rugaba era Muhoozi agamba nno Mao y'omu ku bapolitician abasinga obulungi era ajja kulya binene mu gavumenti eddako.
The old man
yeesiga Muhoozi
who was told who killed his son would not have confided to Mao if Mao was part of the plot. Mao was attacked by the Oulanyah group who created NUP. In fact, when Oulanyah died, there was an attempt before Oulanyah died to smear, to malign the current speaker. When they knew, when Oulanyah died, before the time they knew, a meeting was held between this man, Zake, Senyonyi, and the speaker, and we reconciled. I have a recording which I sent to Bobby Wine, and I've written a book, Emisege Munupu. Munupu mulimu omusege n'endiga. Bobby Wine bw'abazirunda tazimanyi. Mulimu zipunu n'ennupu. Emisege nupu. I've written already. Who benefits in Oulanyah? I've avoided saying.
Afunamu.
Ani nkubulidde.
Mukufa ku Oulanyah.
Kono.
Ani afunamu.
Mukayole. Okawulidde bakakuba Muhoozi. Mukayole. Lwaki kaweereza tweet nga kagamba has been killed ya Kemayombo.
Nanti netata Oulanyah naye yayogedde.
Muyole akasajja kanuka ng'amazzi.
Kati nga
kanuka ng'amazzi. Mukayole lutirwako Mukayole.
Soko kakane. Nga tunatera okuva wano. Kongo yegasse ku mukago guno.
Kana akatabo kange kaakano. Kani Muhoozi Kayine Rugaba bikamwe Muhoozi kafulumye. Naye abasajja bo bayudde obutabo bwange. If I don't get 10 million from Chisaka in 7 days, she's remaining with 4. She will use more money to buy coffins than the 10 million I'm demanding. Bayudde obutabo bwange ne babujjawa. Njagala mbalagi. Oba olina omwana akolera ku Patriot State Council is dead. You have a corpse, a moving corpse.
That is inciting
me. Inciting you. I need 10 million.
Is it
Chisaka? Kana kaumba tutu kana kabi akaba abana ba boda akaumba tutu katujja okufulumya. There is no sensible coffin that competes with the grave. I'm a grave. I've sold many coffins. Endo buzaba siramu. Babuuza Kabuli. Nga sisa wanabbi afudde. Naye ono amumira nti mugezeeko mumuleete. I'm a grave. I've sold many coffins. If this command of Kampala believes that he can use hooligans to sabotage me economically, like this man is saying, I'm a grave, an experienced grave. When I see a coffin trying to fight with me, I laugh. I'm a grave that has swallowed many coffins. Kasajja gwe abakali mu Kampala. I'm a grave who has swallowed many coffins. Vako butabo bwange. Muvako butabo bwange.
Kakati tubulireko Tamale. Mu mbeera eno kyekiri ekkalamojja. Abatulukana bannakenya emmundu bazireese
naye bakuba muhoozi
ne bagamba abantu bebe batani ate gabakalamojja bali mu
why does the army insisting surrender those people to us? Kakati bwe kibaliko kiri kimu
kiruwa
balowooza nti Museveni ajja kugoba muhoozi bakugambe nti even in the army where Mirundi praises him has failed. The moment Museveni changes his son from one job to the other, unless I'm a commander, abamukubye ku ttaka.
Museveni bw'amugjawo.
Yes.
N'amuwa ekifo ekirala.
Yes.
Nga si kyamumagye.
Baba kye bagoba. Ti amugye ku commander nti he failed.
To commander land
Mirundi says this man is a general. A celebrated general. Create M23. I said
M23
is a creation. Whoever gives them money, politics I know the politics of that area. Have a document, I have Mumbere sent me a document. He said you are not properly briefed about the history of Bakonzo, and he wrote a document and sent it to me. Because I wrote my book, the rise of terrorism in Uganda. Nampuliyanga njogera nasindika aid we. That man is giving half the explanation. He is written document Mumbere.
Namayo Moses NBS bali kuberanga owuliriza ne bannamole bonna hakimu bili super FM
nabagamba who banned the Chichwamba Technical Institute. Andi nkubuulidde nkugamba nti bagoba mukozi land forces. By the time Olwero was commander land forces, peace prevailed in Kalamoja. Kakati ono okuva yatekinze is incompetent.
They
are provoking his father to sack him or transfer him. Bajasifying nti ne Mirundi byamwogerako nti is a celebrated general. N'essomero mwe yasomero ery'Abakatoliki naye baalirumba. These people kana akatabo nkubuulira ne nkugamba nti bano abasajja era nkubuulira wano ne nkugamba nti Madison government nkugamba. The above examples and many others that I have not enumerated prepare me for the future. This explains why I was able to stay in government for a good 15 years in the State House and to defeat my enemies in the last 8 years while I have been outside the government. The question is, why is government characterized with malice? One has to look for the following factors. Government yabo nti abaana ba kitaka yabasiba Nakalema. Nakalema n'asiba ono omusajja Kirunda kubanga Nakalema yali mu kukuba ekkanisa. Museveni amugambako Nakalema nakwata ne Kabushenga ne bakwata eddagala lya kitaka bonna bakubye babadde bagala kuwamba kibanka ewamba badduse batya abataba ensi ebatta Kabushenga alyevuma olunaku alyevuma driver yamuleeta okuva e Sironko. Nakalema alyevuma olunaku lwe yava e Karagwe nga
tusibula wano chiche mulaunchinga in form of birthday mulaunchinga political presidency okwetolola eggwanga yonna sirabanga birthday nga celebrating baggwanga lyonna.
Let me inform you today.
Mbulira.
Do you know mumanyi abaorganizinga
muhozi kyategeka ekyo
mumanyi empaka z'Abannalungi ani yaziteeka mu ssente. These ambassadors who want to identify beautiful girls and intelligent girls. They two go together. They ask you who is the mayor of Kampala. Tebakubuuza bizigo bye weesiiga. Genda olabe empaka z'Abannalungi bazirwaniramu. Lwaki? Gwe golowooza nti ye mulungi. Kakati ezibeera sponsored by ki? Do you believe literally nti muhoozi ategeka amazaalibwa ge? Era muhozi talina mawulire tewali yakinyeze. But if any of the people he appointed selected turns it down by olukifuluma mawulire, muhozi like his father invested the media money in his son-in-law.
Mugenda kulaunchinga presidential campaign okwetola eggwanga lyonna in form of birthday.
Don't need muhozi just sent a message era bakyogedde Mirundi does not exist ako ke katambi kengenda kusembayo kuba. If they don't give me my money I'm going to start with the stinkers mbabira omulenzi oyo tasobola kunzita bamubale
Michael Chigozi Radio 1 and Akabozi Michael Chigozi webale kubeera ogoberera ensonga mwenna ababaddeko olwaleero mbeera z'okubeera ngate mwasalawo okulonda pa nimamuguma webale kubeerako olunaku olwaleero nabaddeko
olaba kali bwe kadduse n'akateekako nga kati okaasa omuntu sebo kankubuli kasajja gwe n'obutuubo okumala okutta omuntu ku kyalo n'okolera Museveni akalute bakuttakasajja gwe n'obutuubo bali busaza makansi
Sewanya nawe
agenda n'omukolero
muganda
wange bazika mu septic tank gye bali kalenzi
mwebale goberera abamedia
omulasyange wayo mulasyange
wanje
omulasyange
omurasha ali mu kuyingiramu awo Dumba Ismail Bombo Amesko
Putin obwana bwamufungula
Putin
ayina empalo batayina mpalo
ani
Putin bumufungula kabuto Putin bumufungula obwana bumufungula
Putin anatera n'okuwamba Ukraine
bumufungula busajja bumufungula
ate butya
bumufungula musajja mukulu obwana
Santiago bwana baka wanda
obwana bumufungula enyuma
speaker najja kwebale kubeera wa Kiso district
tayina mpale
tayina Hamza Kasozi
bumufungula Putin bumufungula enyuma
Deus International abasamba chiti
Putin yadduse taliwo obwana bufungula bumufungula enyuma Putin ekyali mukimuteresa sente Bulaya kati Putin ekyali kimuteresa sente bazikutte agenda alwane agenda azije
nkata sanyu FM
obwana bumuuki enyuma kabuti yebumuddemu ekitu
Uzaifa wa ICT kubwa webale kubeera
bumunyawunya
ani Putin agenda busabula asabulewo Ukraine
obwana Putin
yayungudde ballistic missiles
Putin talinya kutaka
Putin aterwa
talinya kutaka linga kinyonyi
walabe sebo batatako sanction ekyo kyakyankalaniza Putin
talinya kutaka
gasa agenda musiba
abasajja babala kata baje omupiira kata bakola dda pipeline eyita mu ttaka ya gas abazungu tebasaaga
Putin gegamanyi gegabadde nabo
bamumala dda
ate
esinza okufuna mu ye Germany yalagiriza n'ennyonyi F-16 yani naga nti we must have a powerful Germany bakuba ono Germany is emerging
Putin yagambye agenda gisagula ku world map Ukraine
nga bino biremye obwana bwe mungungu ate kakati bulira ate Putin kati adumulira mu kabuli bwe banagalawo ekituli mwayitira mu bamuyisiza emmere obwana bwe munyo museya ayina empale
Edison Lutwama
bumuwenjula kabuti museya ayina empale but what do we learn from you
chiche tuiga
what we are learning from you
tuigayo ki
those who are peddling this stupid proposal of denying Ugandans to vote on their president they should learn from Ukraine. People who have tasted the freedom, you cannot take it away. Ugandans are used to voting their leaders from the village to president.
Bagenda
kigenda mu yamyezi mukaaga
bagambye balina numbers mu parliament
banaddawa
referendum
bajja bemizayimbwa mu mutwe bajja batta
Tamale limit kyajja.
Let me tell you different. The death of Oulanyah the death of Oulanyah has created a new dispensation unless you are not a political scientist. The speech of Olombe has divided the country into North and South Korea.
Okay.
The man told you from Tororo we follow the equator.
Okay.
Yes. We produce this and this and this. So far, Buganda has gone, Busoga has gone, Northern Uganda is going, and Western will be isolated.
Ate Western is isolated.
Ate
habakonzo.
Dispensation yojiraba. Nti Northern Uganda. Eyoyo tugenze n'Oulanyah. Western Nile tewanga ku Museveni Kalulu. Yali mu bajjaka amini. Kwali ambacha masaka bichi.
Kale tusibule musajja wa
Buganda yayindeoda kati ono omufere w'emmengo yabalimba ono omufere mbuba abawesende mu apulutinga ennubu agende mu lumbi avume ku Bobi Wine bagenda mu boluwombo lw'enkebuka abaganda bwe twatukoye katikiro abaganda bwe twatukoye katikiro baluwombo lwankebuka mulimbe Maiga bagenda mu kuboluwombo
mubere bulungi yakoma weekejja
Maiga bagenda mu kuboluwombo
abakumire
Maiga batunda agenda kuboluwombo lw'enkebuka
Fred Chiwala chikunze mbaddewo Haji Faruku